Hello.
How are you today?
Good. It's Friday. It's mellow. I'll take it.
Ah. Oh, wait, this is what I was doing. Gee, Willikers. Okay, so guys, welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please give us a thumbs up. We need your thumbs up. Let's just call a thing a thing. In order to get our content out there and for people to see it, we need you guys to interact and like our videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are sent an alert anytime we release new content. Well, now we know YouTube has been lackadaisical with the alerts. So follow us on Twitter. Follow us on IG. You'll get alerts Twitter, you'll actually get an alert once we do a live show and you can watch from Twitter. So there you go. Follow us on the commentary zone. All right. So on the docket today, we have our favorite show, Married at First Sight Australia, season 6, episode 40. This is the first before the last.
This was so good.
Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? All right. Hold on one second for me. All right. So that's off. Perfect. So guys, Jamal, what were your thoughts on this episode overall?
It was thoroughly entertaining, at least for me. I don't understand some people's reactions, and I really feel like people need to stay out of other people's conversations. That was like the overall. So I'll just talk about it. We'll just jump right in, I guess. So yeah. I think so. The Michael. So my thing is this: if I recall correctly, no one was talking to Michael. He was ear hustling, as we call it. So
this was when
at the dinner.
Wasn't Cyril always going, Michael?
But I think wasn't he did she address him, or did he make comments in regarding conversation? Because Cyril doesn't really address people without being addressed first.
No, here's the thing. At the cocktail reception, Martha was like, do not talk to her, because that's where Cyril first went after him. She said, do not talk to her. It's pissing me off. Stop. So he goes into the dinner and he's trying not to. And she's right across the table from him. And she's like, Michael. And Martha's hearing this. And Martha's like, she's doing this to push my buttons. And she was.
Yes.
And then that last one, right before the wine spillage, she did call him by his name, I think. And was like, so do you approve of someone leaving their spouse and going for another spouse and da? Yeah, she was saying Michael a lot, and just to irritate Martha.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out how that all got started. I was like, where did this come from? So here's the thing with Michael. He shouldn't have responded, and here's why. Because he backed himself in the corner because he agreed with Cyril. So in that situation, you cannot agree with Cyril and then back your wife. That's hypocrisy at its definition.
Yeah.
So that's where he got messed up. And if we really want to be honest and call a thing, what Cyril said wasn't wrong, because when Michael was trying to come back at her with the hypocrisy, she said, nah, say that for your wife. Go get your wife. Go handle that. So she wasn't wrong. Like, Michael does not step up to Martha. Did she use the right words or the correct words? Not really, because she said he had no balls. I mean, we all know that. Like, that's no secret. Sorry, Michael. It is what it is at this point. And you kept engaging, so you got what you got. Because I've always said, when an argument starts to break out between a male and a female, as I feel as the gentleman, you just back out of the conversation. Or if worse comes to worse, you go, baby, come handle this. I don't do arguments with women. But he kept going back and forth with Cyril, and that's where he lost. One, you were being a hypocrite. Two, you kept engaging with her. Sorry.
Well, she pegged him really good because she said everybody's saying that Martha's got your balls. So then he was trying to man up. But when you ain't accustomed to manning up in your normal life, you don't wait till the final dinner to decide that's when you're gonna try and retrieve your balls from your wife. Just isn't gonna happen. And if you're not accustomed to being like that, because I don't think he is one to interact in a heated exchange like that. I just don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's very quiet, soft spoken. He lets others talk, but he trying to prove that he a man for some reason. Wrong road, especially with Cyril.
You can't man up against a woman. Sorry, that's just my personal opinion. Now
I
you're
don't
gonna
think he knows that though. I don't.
Okay. No, finish.
And she goaded him too by saying he didn't own his own balls.
I would just laughed at her personally.
Right, but you know how to handle that. Michael doesn't. And that's why he fell into every trap that Cyril set.
Every trap.
And in a way, Martha fell into the traps too. That's why she was embarrassed, because she's usually the one setting the traps, not falling into them.
Right. And then Martha, I always find it interesting that these women want to pour drinks on other women when there's plenty of security around. Because where I come from, as soon as that drink had hit the ladies out where I come from, like as soon as you pour the drink on it hit, Martha would have got caught and tagged. It wouldn't have been any discussion. She got beat down then and there.
Well, I'm surprised nobody broke a glass, because that's usually the automatic reaction from where I grew up. You throw.
Oh, y'all break stuff. Oh, y'all break stuff.
Yeah, like what's your name? Debrat. You instantly, like, if something is thrown on you and like you're at a club and you have a glass, you instantly break the glass. It goes to that level.
Gotcha. Yeah, where I come from is generally like as soon as you pour the drink, you just getting jumped on, and you get what you get at that point.
Okay, so now that we've got some people in the room, let's just say hi. Hey, Susan. Hey, Black Lavender. Hi, Trey. Jamal, Dark Magician. Hitmaker 9000, all the way from, well, it says Periscope, but I know that's on Twitter. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Jen. Hey, Cheryl from the Netherlands. Hey, Heidi Black. Hey, Ray Della. Oh my God, thanks for joining us today for this little messy show. Okay, so anything else you want to go through? Anything else that stuck out at you other than the wine toss?
Let's see. I'm trying to think what else stuck out. Mike actually coming in by himself stuck out. That was sad to see.
Was still wearing his ring.
Yes.
Aww.
Yes, he is.
Bonehead.
And then, stop it. Not bonehead. But the thing is this, like he's the one, like he's upset. I mean, like with this couple, it's like I said, and I hate to blame her, but I do blame her. This is a Heidi situation. With her, she looks for every negative thing possible, and that's where the crux of their issue is. You can't do that all the time. Sometimes in marriage, you have to let things go. You know, I'd rather be happy than right at the end of the day. I'd rather be happy than right. Being right is not all it's cracked up to be sometimes.
I don't know. I think both of them are wrong, because I have some issues with Mike.
Well, they're both wrong, but to me, like I'm giving it like 60-40 Heidi.
No, I'm doing 50-50. I'm doing 50-50 because a lot of the things that he says, I couldn't get down with.
But that's who he is. Here's the thing. That's who he is. And I'm sorry. If you say you love someone, you accept them. There has to be room for both of you to accept the other's faults.
But do these people really love each other after 2 months? Get out of here.
We're just going by what we see here. We're gonna go by what we see. And he gives her so much room and grace, and she gives him little to none. And that's not fair. That's why I say 60-40. Because he could nitpick, like if he really wanted to, he could really go in on her on some things, and he doesn't do that to her, but she feels like it's okay to do that to him.
Okay. Do you want to go? Did anything stick out to you from the expert impressions? Because I know when Mike arrived, it, like you said, they were shocked that he was alone, and they said that he looked deflated.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on. Oh, when Susie arrived, they were watching Billy, and they thought Susie wanted Billy. Really?
I don't know where they got that from.
I didn't either. I just thought that was so odd. I was like, the way how she behaved and still is behaving. What did you think of Cam's beard? I loved it.
I just like Cam, period. But if we talk about beards, can we talk about Ning and Mark? Mark,
Yes.
good job, Mark. Get your woman, Mark.
She wanted him to show up with a beard, and he did.
A full beard, not one of those scruffy, like, oh, I just got this in a week ago. He came full on.
But they were kind of like flirting.
Oh, yeah. They've been in contact. Remember, she said they've been messaging after everything went down. I'm like, okay. And when he showed up in the view, I'm like, Mark, get your woman. Get your woman. Get that.
Quit playing. I hope so. Oh my God.
That made me smile.
Yeah. I hope they did something afterwards, though. I really do.
But you know his Ning's body language, though?
Did you see how she was acting? Cautious, but she was being flirty too.
Right, but did you see her though? Did you see like she wasn't backing away? She was like, okay,
that's right, and she came dressed to impress.
She wasn't playing no games.
All goods were on display, so good for her. Okay. When Heidi arrived, she was kind of standoffish. And I think that's when they realized something was really wrong with them. Did you notice that when Jess and Dan arrived, like the whole room went, oh.
Right. And did you notice how Jessica was the most basic one there? I'm just saying, okay, is it me or is it me, or did she just recycle her final vow dress? Just saying.
She did?
It looked like it to me.
Oh my God. Well, all of that bullshit talk that she had at the dinner with, I just go, Daddy, and and the money appears in my bank account. Thousands appears in my bank account. Meanwhile, you sitting in a dress from Forever 21, and Martha, who got the real coin, sitting there in Prada.
Right. Well, how did you feel about Martha said, like, oh, I'm not working. My family's supporting me. I was like, must be nice.
She's, as much as I want to dislike Martha, she has been honest and upfront about everything. It says that she's a makeup artist, but the only person's makeup that she puts on is hers and Michael's. That's it.
Yeah. She makes no bones about it. And I'm not mad at
her. I loved it that Dan came in so happy.
Poor Dan.
And so positive in his relationship with Jess.
I was so confused about that. I'm like, sir, are you okay?
In between this dinner and next week's last couch session, it's going to be a totally different Dan. If anyone is deflated, it will be Dan by the end of next week. Oh my God.
But were you surprised at how Cyril remained calm when she found out that Jess had went after Nick?
I think she has suspicions. And the reason why I say that is when she jumped at him and said, why didn't you tell me then?
Mm-hmm.
I think she had suspicions, but she didn't have no confirmations.
Mm-hmm. That's completely fair. I thought she handled stuff very, very well. Mm-hmm. She was cool. I like the fact that she hugged him and she maintains that he's a great guy. And I like the fact that she's like, okay, I have to say, he's looking good. I was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Like you messed
outside
up.
of the experiment, when it's all over, that changes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently a sex tape drops of Nick, and
Oh.
her brother go after Nick with unsubstantiated accusations, and Nick's proven right that everything they were saying was trash. She lost a lot of points for me.
So an alleged sex tape drops.
No,
They
it
jump.
did. It did drop. That was true. But then
Okay.
she started saying other stuff about Nick. And she was like,
Oh.
you wait and see. You wait and see. It's coming. It's coming. And the brother was egging her on, Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
And they waited a couple weeks. And it's all on that radio show that I watch. Then Nick came on, and the radio guy's like, what happened? Like, Cyril and Ivan were on here talking trash about you. He's like, did anything happen? No, it's all a lie. Let him talk. I'm done. And then it hurt me even more because, his cancer came back.
Right. So
So
he had a sex tape leaked, like Kim Kardashian,
yeah,
but then they just kind of just used that and said other things. Ugh.
yeah, which I was really disappointed in Cyril for doing that.
Mm.
But
Well,
she
you
does
messed up,
find a
man.
boyfriend and have a baby, though.
I always liked her though. She's a little emotional. Like if she could have just had it under control, she'd have been fine. But I still like that she's still the same person she was when she left the experiment. Nothing's changed.
But remember, Cyril on the show was the one who said, she said it a couple of episodes ago, that Jessica has said she wanted to have sex with Dan, right?
Yes.
I was so glad when Mel came back and said that's true. It because Mel was gone weeks ago.
Right.
But child, Mel heard it too. Mel heard it too.
I like Mel a lot. Like
I don't like that laugh though.
She's a bit loud, but I like her. Like she's extremely honest.
A bit loud.
And I get that from her.
A bit loud. How generous are you?
I have a lot of people in my family, so that's what we call a bit loud.
Oh God. Okay. All right. So what happened? Let me see. What other notes do I have here? What did you think about Sam? Okay. First of all, he comes in and he's basically ignoring Innes and Lizzie. And
okay, we're gonna talk about Lizzie in a minute, though.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna have to get on her. I'm gonna have to get on her because was it me or did she just go into like Claire's and say and just ransack their whole accessory department and put everything on at one time?
Everything on at the same time, yes. But she's been doing that from the jump.
But this was even worse.
I know. But at least we can look forward to next season when she comes back, the new and improved Lizzie.
Yeah, I saw the photo. She looks fantastic.
Yeah, but yeah, she just looks trashy and incoherent looking. Sounding, no. Looking, yes, because I don't know if you notice, she always does this, like she cocks her head to the side and does the underlook.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's supposed to garner sympathy or be a victim or what, but to me, it just looks weird and awkward. Like like a newborn giraffe who doesn't know how to move its neck properly yet. It's all gangly. That's how it comes off to me. And I swear these shady producers always catch that look and they just focus in on it. Hold on. Yeah. Go ahead. Take over, Jamal. Go ahead.
I was looking at Trey's comment. They showed that last season, Debbie, they're hearing them out of order. See, I hate when they air stuff out of order. Air it in order. But getting back to Sam, I'm like, I don't like Sam's look. I'm sorry. No. He needs facial hair. He needs that beard is what gave him the look. Coming in bald face, nah. Whoever told you to do that, sue them. Just sue them now, get your money back, and move on. Because no, did not look good. And I did like his plan. He's gonna come in, be super low key, and not say nothing to nobody. He's trying to fly under the radar, and I'm not mad at him. But I would have spoken to Lizzie and Ennis though. At least make that effort, because when you don't speak to them, you make it known that you're trying to stay under the radar.
Mm-hmm. And that's what the expert said, that he just ignores things and prays that it blows over and that it'll be on to the next argument. Okay, so what's it? Cheryl says, I wondered if Mel was loud because she gets nervous. I think that's her laugh. That's her like regular, like wholehearted belly chuckle laugh. It's crazy. Susan says, sorry, Sam looked like Mad World character. Did anyone else see? He just looked very like you were remembering what he was when he was on before he left, and you were hoping like that came back, but the ears were too much for me. I'm sorry. And then like I really noticed when I was watching it a second time that his teeth are really small. I mean, not as small as the guy in season 8, but his teeth were really small. And he really needed that beard to cover up the face, and he needed the hair longer to cover up the ears. They showed that season last season, Debbie. They're airing them out of what? Lizzie was on last time with the dark hair? Oh no, I'm crestfallen. Okay, so Cheryl asks, do you think the show pushed her to be trashy? I saw her in interviews and she wasn't dressed that way. I don't know. Whenever she had the blonde hair, even in interviews, she looked like a trash box. I'm sorry. It's only when she went to being a brunette and she changed up her wardrobe and got several more tattoos and piercings did she look remotely decent. I'm devastated, Trey. Well, at least now I can go and watch season 7 on my own then. Because I thought last season was the one. You know what they did? It was the older guy and Michelle. They were on with Sebastian and Lizzie.
That's right.
Oh, fuck a duck. Damn it. And I didn't watch it.
I watched that season.
Why are they showing 7 before 6?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And I'm gonna be pissed if they showed 8. 8 was good. I watched 8.
I saw Michelle with the older guy, and I just didn't like him because he wasn't honest with her. Because they could have left a long time ago. Why wait to the very end?
But she got him back good, though.
She did.
She did. Okay, what else was happening at this dinner?
Shout out to Ennis. She looked great.
She did. And can you believe that was a $40 dress? It looked amazing.
And I want to shout out Ennis on this one. Because when she went to talk to Sam, she said something that I really want all women to watch it or listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
When he was trying to gaslight her for a little bit, she said, are you really trying to make me question my self-worth? Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
I applauded her for that, because that's what she was doing. Because I buy every bag I have, I bought. All my clothes I buy. I don't need anyone to take care of me. I don't need anyone's money.
Yeah.
And when she said all of that, I'm like, you go in this on this one, because don't let someone try to make you feel like all you're in is for the money. No, ma'am. And she said and did the right thing, so I applaud her for that.
Yep. And she called him a liar, a piece of scum. Girl, loved it.
Because I mean, yeah, was she moving a little fast with him? Of course. But she wouldn't. I will say this about Ennis. when it comes to her and what she wants, she's not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe her in this instance. I do believe he said all that stuff and then just ghosted her or whatever.
And remember that, because in next week's show, Jules says something very similar when it comes to because they find out the whole truth about what was going on between the three of these people. And Jules makes a comment with regards to Ines and who she is as a person. And it's not derogatory or anything like that. Does she agree with what's going on? No. But basically she says Ines has been Ines from the start.
Mm-hmm.
And who is this person that we call Sam? Like,
I agree.
all the curtains are thrown back next week. And it's true. Ines has been herself from the beginning. And I think that's why Bronson doesn't hold any grudges against her. Yeah, he might have gotten the rough side of her tongue,
Mm-hmm.
but she has been herself throughout the whole shebang.
Yeah. I can appreciate that about anyone because I tell people myself what happens in real life. So I tell people, like, you have to understand I am who I am. I say what I say and I mean what I said. I've never ever in my life ever apologized for anything I've said to anyone. I've apologized for maybe my tone. I've apologized for not being clear. I've apologized for not explaining things the way I should have. But do I back off what I say? No. No. So I can appreciate someone like Ines who has been herself the whole way through. You may not like it. Now, this is why I try to get people around me to understand, like, you may not like what someone says, but you have to respect the fact that the people who sit in it and don't backpedal. You have to respect it. You don't have to like it. And I think that's where a lot of disagreements in the world happens. Like, everyone wants someone else to agree with them. It's like, no, that's not the way it works. The way it works is you have your perspective, I have my perspective. We grew up differently, so we shouldn't have the same perspective on a lot of things, but we should respect each other enough to say, hey, I can see where you're coming from.
Okay. All right. So Susan, what's the lockdown episode? I'm intrigued now. Was that part of season 8? Okay. They set Ines up to look like a victim though, which pissed me off. You know what? I think they tried to help Ines redeem a part of her behavior, because like this particular season, this cast got roasted. They got roasted. Dan, Jessica, but she loved it. She's the only one who loved it. But Dan felt it. Ines felt it. Well, nobody really got any feedback from Sam. But yeah, Ines took it on the chin. And that's got to be rough, because I saw an interview. I think I sent it to you, Jamal, where the UK and the US are watching season 6 together. So this all went on for Australia 2 years ago, where they got roasted at home. Now overseas audiences are seeing this, and the roasting has started again. You know, and it's difficult. Look, Ines is a flawed creature. She'll be the first one to admit that.
Yes, she does. She's always said that though.
Yep. And I think that she was open with them with regards to her behavior. She owned up to it. She showed up to everything and she played her part, right? And in the end, I think she did the right thing regarding Lizzie, and back to Lizzie, because Sam did both of them dirty. Right. If we really but like call a thing.
I'm not gonna say that, and here is why. Sam wanted to leave after week 1. He was honest with Lizzie straight up. So to me, he didn't do Lizzie dirty because she kept him there because she felt like they didn't get the honeymoon because he left and went to
But that's
be
where he
with.
first did her dirty, by lying to
But
her and
but
left for a week.
he left. He ditched her. But I mean, overall, he made it very clear he wasn't attracted to her. Even at the wedding ceremony, he's like So Sam has always been upfront with that he was not into Lizzie. So I'm not gonna like dog him out on that.
But
Where he went wrong.
at the wedding ceremony though, was she seeing what we were seeing? I think she was caught up in the moment, and
She was caught up in the looks. I'm sorry.
she was. But when he said was when she was walking down the aisle, so I don't think she
Yes,
heard that.
but I'm just saying we saw it though. So I'm going about
We
what we
saw it,
see. So I'm
right?
like, oh,
But
this
we
is not gonna
also
go
have
well.
to see that she wasn't hearing that. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, she didn't hear that oh thing. She didn't hear any of the comments about making her get up early and run around. Like, she didn't hear any of that until next week.
Oof.
That's the thing. And then if we're going based on what we're seeing, I think he was the first one to dog her out by abandoning her instead of going on the honeymoon. And what she should have done was leave
Yes.
instead of stay.
Yes.
But she was like, she wanted to be in this experiment so badly. She's like, okay, well, I didn't get the honeymoon. And I feel she was still trying to believe the funeral story. She was like, look, you know, I can at least give this a try for a week with this person because he wasn't here last week. You know, I could at least try. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt on that, because if this is what you sign up for, you can't call it quits if someone wasn't there and you're still believing their excuse about a funeral. Like, how stupid are you going to look?
But the thing is, though, let's be honest now. When that
Mhm.
whole funeral story came out, everyone in the room looked at her like, "Bitch, are you really buying this? Are you serious?" She was the only one believing that story, the only one.
Right. But it also comes out that overnight he was spooning with her. He was.
Oh, what?
So it seemed like he kind of likes me.
Oh,
And then he wakes up and he goes,
oh,
somebody's dead. I gotta go. It's in New Zealand. This is. And she's like, wait, but
wow,
honeymoon.
oh,
Okay, my condolences. Like, this is how he went from hot
wow,
to cold. He was really doing mind games on her.
yeah,
He was really doing mind games on her.
mm,
And for somebody who had, like, as confident as she is, I do feel she had insecurities, because why are you
mm-hmm.
showing up looking like a cockatoo? I don't know. Who wears their entire jewelry box to events like breakfast? I don't know. I don't
That's an
know.
important. That if he was like playing hot and cold, that's a very important piece of the puzzle, because
Hmm.
he was giving her false hope, basically.
Yeah, he was treating her like a yo-yo. He
Yeah.
really was. And it kept her off balance. That's what he does. He either
Mm.
keeps you off balance or freezes you out and pretends that you're not there.
Yeah, that's an important piece. I'm glad you told me that, because that changes my perspective a little bit.
I'm sorry to give you spoilers for next week, but next week is critical. It really is. And they only focus on the characters that had any action. They don't go through all these lame people, even though all of them are there. But they actually show the evidence. They
That's what.
show the
Yes.
footage that they didn't get to see.
Oof.
And what's worse is that Sam doesn't show. He breaks his contract and doesn't show. I cannot support that.
No, you guys show up. If you're gonna do the do, you gotta take the heat.
Look at, and this is why I'll be down for Ennis, because Ennis was guilty as sin, but she showed up, and as Lisa Rinna says, she owned it.
like we said, like we don't like Inez's actions, but how she's handled herself, you gotta give kudos to that.
Yep. Well, sitting the fact that you stole another woman's husband and ended up getting played in is true.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But she's sitting in it though. She's
She
showing
is.
up. She's showing up, and she's like, okay, I gotta take this L.
Yeah, Cheryl. She would never be my friend. She's like
No,
I'm straightforward, but she is brash. She's abrasive. Her personality is very abrasive. I don't think I could take that. Not right now. I'll have to ask her. It's the 2000 season. I have to ask her. It's the 2020 season. That was season 8. Yeah. Jamal, when did I watch season 8?
you watched it this year.
I watched it
Cause
this year.
you did, yeah. Cause you've been telling me about like you need. Oh my god, season 8 is so good. Season 8 is so good. And this season's from 2019.
Yeah, this was from 2019. Oh, I'm just so confused with this. All right, so Innes and Jess did got played. Well, with Jess, I would say Dan got played
Yes.
because when they roll the tape for him,
Oof.
he's just like, who, what? So I was second step on the ladder, kind of.
Actually, third technically.
No, but what they're referring to is like she went from hitting on Nick and then came straight into him. They show that tape, and
She took no breath.
they make Nick admit that she was hitting on him, even though he said it in the tape and they played that part.
Mm-hmm.
Cyril and all of them was just say it. That's what you admitted it on tape. Just say it. He's like, I really don't want to get involved in this. And then they broke him, the whole crew broke him down.
Yep.
And he had to admit it. It was like, dude, it was on tape. We just seen it.
Right.
Just confirm that that was you and not a zombie.
Right. When it's on, my thing is when it's on tape, just admit it. You look better.
He should not married her. His fault. I don't think they have a choice but to marry. They signed up for the show. They got to marry. I agree. Should have left at the beginning. Yeah, he should have. Yes, receipt time. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Trey, you a mess. It is while. If it's season 8, it is amazeballs, Susan. Amazeballs. I think it's still on YouTube because I was watching mine on YouTube. It's so good. So good. Agree. Add Dan to the playlist. Yes. Yes, Ray Della. Oh my God. I'm so glad that you guys enjoy this show as much as I do. It's just nasty, dirty, down in the pig muck fun.
But it's a good mixture. It's a good mixture of like good stories and like good couples and just mess. Like, and I like the fact they busting out the footage. Like, I love that. Break out the footage.
I love that we end off this episode with Cyril still fuming, but she's waiting. She's saving back some of it for tomorrow.
But
and she's holding out for Jess.
Oh yeah, but she already read Martha to filth. I was like, damn.
That one-on-one was a long time in coming.
I mean, I'm no Martha fan, and I've always said that. But Cyril read her so bad. I kind of felt bad for Martha because Martha was stuck. She couldn't say anything. I was like, oof. Like that's what you do. You read it. You read a chick down. You leave them speechless, and then you walk away. I was just like, I was laughing, and I felt bad for her at the same time because, baby, you not that girl. Martha, you not that girl.
We agree with you, Cheryl. The Australian version is so much better.
Ugh. So much better.
What else? How come Mick knew that Nick had a meeting with Jess?
Oh, because I think Mick and Nick are friends outside of the experiment, and remember, Mick said he didn't know until a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. Okay. Jesus.
That's how he knew. Because remember, no one knew. Because no one noticed them go outside, and no one noticed them come back in. They were, because I remember that scene. They were all busy eating dinner. And I was like, that was interesting. No one noticed them, and you could see at the angles, no one saw them.
Okay,
Because had Cyril seen that, she'd have said something then and there.
Yeah. So the happy part of this whole disastrous final dinner is that Jules and Cam announced their engagement at the cocktail party, and then at the dinner, after the whole wine debacle and everything settles down, Jules asks Mel and Heidi to be her bridesmaids at the wedding. And I was watching a clip from that wedding. I only saw Heidi. I didn't see Mel in her bridal party. Did anybody see the wedding? I gotta go and look for that. But Heidi looked cute. Martha got what she deserved. Agree with you.
Oh yeah, Martha got ate up.
Trey, did you watch season 8? Just checking. Cheryl, Mel was left out. So, okay. So Mel wasn't in the bridal party. I wonder what happened. The wedding was cute though. I ain't gonna lie. And she had some beautiful jewelry on, and the hair was a fiery red. Nice.
Jules has always been stunning to me.
Okay, so what else happened here that we need to talk about?
I really think we hit on all the highlights. Because we know next week the previews for next week, baby. I'm like, just put it on now.
Well, okay, never mind.
You might as well go and say I'm gonna see it anyway.
No, but I mean, you can watch it now ahead of time. You can get it online. But yeah, I'm gonna miss this season. When it's over. That's so stupid to say that I'm gonna miss this season when it's over. I'm gonna go back and watch season 7 though, because I do want to see Lizzie and Sebastian. I really like Sebastian. I love me a tall guy with a swimmer's body, and that's what Sebastian reminds me of. I don't know how I'm gonna do it with that old dude and Michelle though, because I really liked Michelle and I didn't like him.
Right.
And okay. All right, guys. Well, that was Married at First Sight Australia season 6, episode 40. Next Friday will be the final episode 41.
Oof, I can't wait.
Yes, Jen, we have one more episode 41 in season 6, and that will be coming on next Thursday for us in the US. And it will be the last episode, and at the end of it, the experts call the experiment to a close. Or is it? I know they do have a reunion. They do have a reunion. I've seen that as well. I think they have multiple reunions because if it's the one that I've seen, it's where Cyril has already had her baby. And they kind of attack her for being a bad, like they try to insinuate that she's a bad mom. And she lets loose her craw at them and walks out. So more to come on Cyril and this crew from season 6.
You gotta love them though. You got to love them.
And of course there's a bunch of interviews like after this this whole season. Jess and Dan go on the media rounds and they do their interviews, and with each interview you see an additional crack in their fraudulent relationship. um I saw an interview that they did on a morning show in Australia the day after the this dinner party, but it seemed like it was before the final couch session where he sees all of the footage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's why I said with Dan, like, you're dumb. You're dumb. You made the wrong choice. Tam was stunning. She was a great girl or great lady, and you chose the thought bot. Okay.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad that he didn't get with Tam because he is a bit of, I don't know, a bit of a king ding-a-ling. Not a full-on one, but Tam is a good girl. He said it from the beginning. She's a good girl. I don't think she deserves somebody like him. I really don't. I think he's like into sluts. And that's why he chose Jess, because he did say that Jess was somebody that he would pick up at the bar and not Tam. Hopefully the girl that he's with now, Amara, is not a slut because he has her around his son. I wish him like happiness. I really do. I hope he's learned from this experience because he did get burned. Like what he thought he had in Jess was not what he had.
But I don't know what he thought he had in her. Like, she's 26. So what did you
She was
think?
really putting on, like my mama said, she was putting on styles for him though. She was not showing the real Jess. Like the real Jess Mick got to see.
Fair.
But she was putting on styles for him though. She sold him a pig in a bag. She really did.
Not a pig in a bag.
Yes, she did. She sold him a pig in a bag.
I can't wait till next week though. This was a great episode.
Yeah, it really was. Guys, let us know your thoughts on this episode. We thought it was amazing. Share your comments with us so that we can read them and respond. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you'd be so kind to do so. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell and tell a friend. Everyone who is watching us on Periscope/Twitter, on Twitch, and on the YouTube. Thanks for tuning in today. We're going to put out a few brief news stories over the weekend, and then Monday we'll be reviewing Shaw's. And is it the part 1 of the reunion for Married to Medicine?
Yeah, it should be part 1.
I'm expecting a lot. I hope I'm not disappointed.
I'm expecting, yeah.
That doesn't sound encouraging.
I just don't know what they're. I don't know what they're gonna like. How how Potomac came out with such a bang, and no one was expecting that kind of bang. I just don't know what they're gonna start with, like where they're gonna cover, like. So I'm cautious. Yeah, I'm cautious. I don't know what's coming at me.
But it's a 3-parter. So isn't your theory that part 1 and part 3 are the bangers, and part 2 is could have done without it?
Typically, but I want to know like where they're gonna start though, because there's a lot to unpack with Married to Medicine. There's like Contessa. There's the friendship of Jackie and Simone. There's Heavenly and Lisa Nicole. There's Heavenly and Carrie. I mean, there's Heavenly and Toya. I mean, there's just a lot.
This is what they gonna do.
There's a quad in Toya.
This is what they gonna do. They gonna start with Simone and Jackie becoming friends again, even though they not. And then they're gonna go into what was wrong with Toya this season.
Okay.
And they're going to leave the bangers for 3, which would be
Okay.
Contessa and Heavenly and everybody.
So this won't be like a Potomac where they just came out the pocket and Monique just shut the reunion down. Her and Karen.
Yes.
Okay.
But ladies, I don't want to see anybody coming in with briefcases, with binders, with spiral notebooks, flip pads, iPads. I don't want to see your phone. I don't want to see tweets. Look, come in like how Dr. Moon did. From memory. Come on, girls. Use your words.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay. So, guys, have a great weekend. Look out for our little news tidbits. I don't know if we haven't decided what we're putting out, but it'll be good. Look for them this weekend. They'll all be premieres, so we'll be in the lives. I got one question on all these people and tats. Is it an Aussie thing? It might be. I don't know. I mean, a lot of the native peoples of Australia and New Zealand do have tattoos, and a lot of the tribal tattoos that are fashionable here are derived from those. But I think it's just a fashion thing, because I don't think any of those guys are native, like indigenous peoples of that region, if that makes sense. I think it's all for fashion. Yeah. And didn't Innes say that with Bronson that strippers had tattoos and eyebrow piercings?
I think it was more the eyebrow piercing.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, guys. Yeah, I think it's just fashion, unfortunately.
I agree.
Some of
I'm
them
going to agree
look
with.
good. Some of them look good, though. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't mind looking at Bronson.
So crazy.
I didn't. I thought like he was the biggest catch this season that didn't get caught.
I just like Bronson because of his personality. He was just a cool guy. He's the type of person I would hang out with.
He got a really bad deal in this, and I don't think anybody acknowledged that as much because he's so quiet and took it in stride, you know. And he didn't blame anybody for what happened.
Right,
Like
he wasn't whiny.
Yeah, and he even felt for Innes. He's a good guy, and he could strip for you. Come on. I would date Bronson if it didn't feel like, a bit pervy. He's so young. God. Anywho, guys, let us know your thoughts. Give us a like wait, hold on. Before we leave, let me see. Oh, we have 11 likes. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate it.
Yay.
I'm going to like it now. All right. So, guys, So, see you over the weekend and see you on Monday where we have, how we love our reunions. So, we'll see you then. Any final words, Jamal?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, good. So, until next time.
Yep.
Bye.